like 7% battery left, so I don't know how long this will last. But it is 4:33, and we just got done looking at a recliner for me, a power recliner, one of the ones that has like a button, because my recliner is beat up. It's like on its last leg, and we got a new couch. So a friend of my mom's mother went to a nursing home, and the lady like barely ever used this thing, so we got a really good deal on it. They're normally really expensive, but we got it for a good deal, and so we'll get it this weekend hopefully, and then I can start using it, which will be nice. But I have dog class in a few hours, and she graduates, and then in a couple weeks. I was misinformed. I thought the dog class started August 1st, but today is August 1st. Obviously, no. Today is the day we graduate, so maybe we start next week. Maybe we start in September. I have no idea when we're starting, but we're starting sometime soon. I don't know. Hope we get a little bit of a break, more for me, because I have like social anxiety. It kind of takes me like all day to be ready to be up and be like in front of people. I think, what is that called, like an introvert? I think I'm an introvert. Like, I need to like build up energy to be around people rather than I get my energy from being around people. I mean, I do, but like I need that like time. Especially like performing something in front of someone, or doing a presentation, or, something like that, like, you know. But I'll go home and I'll nap for a little bit, or I'll be in the air conditioning at least. And then, yeah, that's really it. And then I'll make a video. I probably won't be in this video. It'll probably be its own separate video of dog school, and then I'll post graduation pictures tonight, because we're gonna get them taken tonight. And then I saw another Connecticut team pass their public access test, which is really cool. Which I was doing some research. Technically, you don't need a public access test, but it's like good to have, and I'm not saying that she's anywhere near that yet, but my goal is hopefully by this time next year she'll be ready. After we finish the advanced, which is like meeting which I said after the intermediate, but like by the time we finish the advanced, it's gonna be another 6 weeks or whatever, so I can just push it off till then. But after that, I want to start taking her to therapy with me, because then we work on the heel, we work on walking, we work on, not that she'll meet other dogs in therapy, but like she'll meet strangers, and like she'll have to be used to that. And like I know that the first session of therapy isn't going to be like the best, because she's going to want to be all up in my therapist is sniffing her, and I know they can't do that, but I mean, I'm going to do my best not to make that happen. But literally, my therapist only has me, because it's like a side gig, so like, and even if like she was still in training, I could say, well, she's in training, and like, she's still not where she needs to be, but this will get her exposed, you know what I mean? Because like, even if all she did was come to therapy with me, I think, number one, I think it would make me calmer, because just like having her presence there, and I think it would make my therapist a little bit nicer, because not that my therapist doesn't support me, but she definitely like doesn't take my side on a lot of things. Like, she's very like middle ground, or she's very like other people. Like, if I'm talking about a situation or a person specifically, she's very like other people's sides, and I don't know, like, I've never had a therapist be like that before, so I don't know if that's what real counseling is, or I don't know if that's like what I don't know. Like, I've never encountered a therapist like that before. So I don't know what that's about. but I don't really like that. Like, it's not, like, sitting well with me. So I took next week off, kind of just to have a break, kind of just to give myself a break from appointments, because let's see, Monday we have nothing. Tuesday we have cranial sacral appointment at 9 a.m. And then we have my psychiatrist who deals with my medication at 1:20. And then we usually go to the grocery store after that, because there's a grocery store down in that area called Stu Leonard's that we really don't get to go to all that often. And they have, like, a lot of different foods, a lot of healthy food options, like, you know, stuff like that, trying to be better, you know. A lot of organic stuff, you know. So we're going to go there. And I just really didn't want to, like, because going to my psychiatrist is a lot, and she's most likely, if I think what she is going to do is correct, she's most likely going to change the dose of one of my medications. So that's going to be a lot for me if I can articulate, like, because my problem is I can't, like, articulate what I'm feeling. I'll be like, well, you know, I just feel weird. Like, but what is weird? Like, is it anxious? Is it depressed? Is it manic? Is it, you know, whatever it is, you know? But it's not manic or any of those things. It's more like anxiety and depression related. More anxiety related. I've been anxious a lot lately, like the past 2 mornings. But the other reason I think I'm anxious is because we're going to go see Hamilton. And if I didn't take any videos in the hospital, but I was quoting Hamilton a lot. And I listened to that soundtrack probably every day. And the soundtrack is 2 hours long. So that was 2 hours of my day, 5 days in a week. Or 7, you know, whatever. I listened to it a lot in the hospital. And so I think that, I mean, I've listened to the soundtrack, like, multiple times, like, in the 7 months since then, but, like, it's, now that I'm going to see the play, like, I think it was getting me a little anxious, because it was reminding me of Mania, and Mania is not something I want to remember, and they literally told my mom, like, oh, she won't remember anything, like, it's fine, she's not going to remember it, you know, but the problem is I do remember it, you know, I do remember all of those things that I went through, and everything that I said, and everything that I posted, and every little thing, but, you know, that was the past, and I'm stable, and I take my medication, and I do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm with my gonna be with my family, and I have the right to go see this play. Just because I did something when I was, like, not healthy doesn't mean that I don't have the right to sing a musical or whatever. So yeah, I think that was the reason why I was anxious, and I was afraid to admit it. But when I was just talking to my mom, I was like, you know what, I'm just really nervous about it, and, you know, but it's gonna be fine. Like, I'm completely stable. I haven't had any mania. Like, I haven't spent any money, you know, which is one of my triggers, like, spending money. Like, I haven't spent any money. My bills are paid. It's the first of the month, you know. My bills are paid. You know, I don't owe any money to anyone. I've made my donations to the church and stuff, so yeah. I have the right to do what I want, and I want to go see this play, so I'm gonna go do that. It's weird because in the last clip I was wearing a Fry Life t-shirt, and in this clip I'm wearing a Fry Life t-shirt, but happy Saturday. I just filmed, edited, and uploaded the last part to Friday's vlog. I should have got that up sooner, but there was some components that I still needed to film, so that was uploaded about an hour ago. So go check it out. I'm really proud of that video, and I'm really proud of the news that's in that video. But today I've just been kind of hanging low. hanging out. I have a friend coming over tomorrow at noon with her dog. It's Cassidy. You guys know Cassidy. So expect a lot of pics and videos in the vlog on Monday of the dogs, of the house, swimming, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm still kind of nervous about Hamilton, but I won't get to talk to my therapist about it because I actually had to cancel this week because Tuesday is a huge day for me. I have cranial sacral occupational-ish therapy at 9 a.m. in the morning, and then I have a psychiatrist appointment, which is the one who deals with my meds and med changes and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have to do some tweaking of some changes, which, like, honestly, you guys, that was literally the worst because they put me on well, according to my doctor's words, my psychiatrist, hold on.
Annie, where are ya?
In here. What's up?
What are you doing?
Just chilling. Okay, try.
No, wait. Sully's getting aggressive with her. Not aggressive, but... Oh, no, don't get involved with me. Hopi, sit. Sit on him. Sully. Here. Comes in. Hey, Hope. Hope. Can't mess when they play. Hope. Sit. Sit. Ready, Hope? Ready? She's distracted by him. Ready? Ready? Catch it! She's too distracted by him. Oh. Oh, look at him playing. Isn't Sully funny?
But she's very submissive to him.
Oh.
Because look, she...
Not over the Kong over there.
Well, okay, but that's food. But that's not... Look she's on the ground. She's being gentle.
She knows that he's tinier.
Hope.
Hope, ready? Ready? Sit. Catch. Go.
Yay! So before I was rudely interrupted. Anyway, so according to my doctor who works in a hospital, not the hospital that I went to, unfortunately, but a hospital in the mental health unit, psych ward, whatever you want to call it, area of the hospital, they put me on the wrong medication, not the one that she would recommend at all. And I was talking to some other people with this illness, like some of my friends, and I told them my story, and they're like, oh, no, that medication was for different illnesses. I mean, it did help for a little bit in the hospital. It made me, like, not delusional anymore. Like, it made me come back to reality, but it made me very, 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 very hyper. I was not able to sit for more than, God, I would say 20 minutes at a time. And yeah, it was just a very, very, very bad medication choice. Actually, one day when I was in the hospital, my sitter slash second nurse slash CNA person slash whoever it was that day or whoever it was that shift, she got 15,000 steps on Fitbit because I constantly was needing to be walked around. I couldn't leave my floor. Like, there was other floors, like the eighth floor gives like slushies and ice cream and stuff, and you know the other floor has like a cafeteria and stuff. I couldn't leave the floor, but like we just walked constantly around that loop, and like I couldn't leave the floor, and then I kept wanting to make like little signs for my door. I remember having tea one day that was really disgusting because it was from Dunkin' Donuts instead of Starbucks, so I had the wrong sweetener in it, like the wrong, like whatever. And it was regular tea, I think, instead of green tea. I don't know. But I made a sign and it said, because my friend Cassidy was texting me and I couldn't have my phone, but my mom was reading me the messages, like, because she was really concerned, so like she'd message me every day. And then I was telling her about the therapy dog that I saw, because it was a Great Dane, and her dog is half Great Dane, and you know she's coming over tomorrow anyway. But like whatever. So, well, the dog is coming over tomorrow too. And anyway, but so I made a sign that said, "Yes, you can come in," or "No, I'm busy having tea with Cass and Oma." And I don't think I have the sign anymore, otherwise I would give it to her. I don't have a lot of that paperwork anymore because I just like threw it out. I kept it for a little while, but then because I was gonna include it in my little video, but then I realized like how many of the statements were like either personal shit that happened to me or like not something that I would want the internet to see. Like I was just saying, like hospital PTSD is real, because like it is real, and I've been through a lot when I go to the hospital, so I don't like hospitals. I can't smell the smell of bubblegum, because I used to get it in the children's hospital when you're younger and you have surgery. They come around with like these like chapsticks. They're like lip smacker chapsticks or whatever, and they rub it on the inside of your mask for surgery, so you don't smell the disgusting smell of the plastic and the anesthesia. You only smell like, let's say if you chose cherry, watermelon, strawberry, bubblegum. I always freaking chose bubblegum. You know, so I can't smell that anymore. I have flashbacks of that. Even for like my wisdom tooth surgery, I made them, for my wisdom teeth, I made them give me something in my IV first before they were able to put the mask on my face, because I said, listen, I have issues, I have phobias with that. So, and you know, when I get older and I explain what I've been through, like they all say, oh, it makes sense, you know, whatever. Anyway, so back to the medication story. It was very, very hard to get on the right medication because, well, first of all, I was on antidepressants, and they just stopped me on those cold turkey. And it's very, very dangerous to do that, even if you are in hospital. It's very, very, very dangerous to do that, but they did that anyway. And then they started me on this other medication, which I was only on for like a month, but it took like 2 to 3 months for me to be weaned off of it, because it was so, so, so powerful in my brain, like the brain receptors, I guess. So it took a while for me to be weaned off of that, which was annoying because it was playing with my emotions, my mood swings, my whatever, you know, all that stuff. So to be going to tweak medications probably again is really annoying. And for the past couple months, I've been going in by myself to my appointment because it's been like status quo. But because I've had a lot going on recently, I'm gonna bring my mom in, just because I feel like sometimes I can't articulate what, like, I know what I'm feeling, but I can't like say it in a way that people would understand. I mean, even though she's a doctor, she's a very smart woman, like I feel like stupid, and like I can't articulate how I'm feeling sometimes. So my mom is just gonna come in to maybe like back me up or say something that I maybe forgot, because these appointments are only 15 minutes and I only see her every couple of months. so I want to make sure that we get it right, you know? But I am still kind of nervous about Hamilton because it just brings up the anxiety of when I was in the hospital and I was quoting Hamilton every day. And I mean, I've listened to the soundtrack like since then, but like I'm just like, it's gonna be like in my face for 2 hours. So not that, I mean, it is kind of triggering, but I freaking love the play and I really do want to go see it. But there was a lot of, in the soundtrack, there's a lot about, like, waiting to take your shot, like waiting to take your time, like, take your time and go do something, and, just, like, waiting to take your opportunity and stuff, and I constantly wrote that on my paper, like I'm like waiting to take my shot, and they're like, what is this about? And I'm like, it's Hamilton. And then there's a lot of lyrics that say like rise up, you know, rise up, rise up, you know, in the thing, and it was so embarrassing because I went for an MRI, and this was like probably day 3 or day 4, because they wanted to rule out some stuff, and they wanted to see what my head looked like, because I haven't had any head scans since I was a baby. And instead of writing my name, like cursive writing my name, I wrote rise up on the freaking paper. So embarrassing. But my mom thought it was like, oh my God, she's like not really depressed anymore. She's rising up out of the ground, you know, or, you know, she's rising up. And then I also, what kind of concerned them too is I also constantly wrote, dying is easy, living is harder. But again, that's another lyric from Hamilton. So just a lot of Hamilton was in there. And also, I can't really watch the movie Moana anymore without crying, because I watched it constantly when I was in the hospital, because there was TV, but then TV would cause issues with me. So then I was like, okay, I'll watch movies. It was between Mean Girls, which I watched like four times, Moana, Frozen, and something else, right? And I watched Moana, and I constantly kept saying, I'm waiting for my boy and my dog, which, if you know, if you watched my hospital experience story, it was this kid that I have a crush on, and I did have a crush on in high school, and yeah, who helped me through a lot, so I was waiting for him, and it turns out that his mom was like the janitor of the hospital, so I got to see her every day for 5 days, and it was nice. She was very, 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 very nice to me, and very, 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 very understanding that I was a Fruit Loop, and I was losing my shit. So, yeah. I mean, even though the nurses, like, kind of looked at me differently, and, like, some of the other parents of the children, like, were kind of like, what's wrong with you, you know? But, I think there was one day where, like, some of the people from the adult hospital, Hartford Hospital across the street, had to come to the kids' hospital, and I think either they overheard one of the nurses say bipolar or something, and he goes, I'm bipolar too. And I'm like, oh gee, like, I was really, 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 really out of it, so I had never even heard them talk about it until I got to the psychiatrist, like, 2 weeks later, and she was like, we were spitting out, like, we were giving her the timeline of what happened and everything, and then we literally got 2 minutes into the story, and she was like, oh yeah, this is classic bipolar disorder, bipolar 1, and I was like, damn, you know, and it like, seriously though, it really is scary, it really is, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but I am kind of glad that I went to the hospital, because I used to have a fear of the mental aspect of the hospital, because like I would see like videos of people being like going in there for like cutting and stuff like that and just crazy stuff. But I'm glad that I had a different experience than that. And I'm just glad that I'm here to tell the story, you know, because whatever. But yeah, so don't know why that is 12-minute rant, but it is.